Bro, Joe Flacco. What is that, guys? Come on, we got the Super Bowl in 2 days. The NFL honors, again, like the weeks leading up to the Super Bowl after the conference championship, like ever since, like let's go back to 2010. Ever since then, it's gotten progressively worse. Like this is so bad. The NFL honors, it was stupid. What the hell that was that? Here we go though. Let's recap it. Yeah, 2024 NFL honors recap.
For this season. How do you like that?
That's amazing. The number one thing that I gotta do first is thank the fans, because without them,
And with that, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Fun NFL, and of course, please like and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoy the 2024 NFL Honors Recap, and of course, we will have a lot of awards to go through, but before we can get into that, let's talk about the guys who were announced to be elected into the 2024 class, of course, for the NFL Hall of Fame class in Canton, Ohio. Alright, we look at the class. First things first, Randy Gradishar, a linebacker. I guess he kind of, I'll be completely honest, guys, I really don't remember him, so, I guess he's there, but, he was pretty good, I guess. I'm being honest, just don't remember him. Dwight Freeney, I think he was for the Colts. How am I forgetting him? Oh, wait, for the Seattle, right? No, yeah, he played for the Colts. He was an absolute monster off the edge. He also moved the interior towards the end of his career. If you don't know who Dwight Freeney is, yeah, he's like one of the, better interior dudes ever. Very good pass rusher. He also played, again, definitely a Hall of Famer for sure. Again, one of the best interior guys of the generation as pass rusher. Again, not the best run stopper as these tackles for loss might suggest, but again, still an exceptional player. He is he is definitely a Hall of Fame worthy dude. Next guy, obviously, we'll get to Devin Hester last. Andre Johnson, of course, the Texans receiver. He never won anything, but guys, when it comes down to, he led what is called the NFL in receiving twice, over 1,400 yards, 70 touchdowns, over 1,000 catches. 3 seasons leading the league in yards per game, as well as 2 seasons leading the NFL in catches. Again, he was never a touchdown guy, which is again really the only criticism you could get against him, because when it comes in terms of again getting straight up open, I think in terms of yards of separation per route, he led the NFL. He was that good. Honor Johnson was an unbelievable receiver, and I do think he's Hall of Fame worthy. Again, you could argue guys like, I don't know, Hines Ward were better than him, but as a true number one on a terrible team, he was good basically every year he played. I think he's a Hall of Famer. Like, he deserves it. Steve McMichael, again, in another guy for the Bears who just, again, was unbelievable as an interior dude. He wasn't as good as the Frid, you could argue, but, again, is again an outside guy who, again, moved towards the interior, as a lot of these guys did back in the early 80s to late 90s, where, again, they moved inside. He was very good, obviously, all his career. He had, basically 4 All-Pro teams. Again, 3 seasons, basically, with double-digit sacks. Again, we don't have the tracking data, again, with tackles for loss and stuff like this, but trust me, guys, Steve McMichael, another guy, deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Julius Peppers, he's just freaking crazy for the Panthers and Bears. Again, his best years obviously were with the Panthers, but it comes down to it. Again, very consistent pressure guy. Yeah, sack numbers are always crazy, but again, very comparable to a guy like Max Crosby these days. Again, very good player, had a ton of longevity. It's very easy to say that he'll be a Hall of Famer. There's really nothing to argue about that. Patrick Willis obviously played for what the hell? Played for the Niners. He was one of the best linebackers. Earned the early mid 2000s. What the heck's going on? Yeah, in the mid 2000s, going until 2014. But obviously, again, one of the most impressive linebackers ever in the sport. Too bad he got too many concussions, and again, good thing he did retire. He again deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Again, one of the best linebackers ever. Devin Hester, obviously, there's some stuff to say about him. Some people obviously don't actually agree with this, but again, he was technically the best punt returner ever. But when it comes down to it, guys, how is a guy again who played 10 years as a punt returner, who again never was a good receiver? He was never good enough to be an actual down and out player. How the hell is he in the Hall of Fame? That's beyond me. Again, guys like Hines Ward are not in the Hall of Fame. Again, it's beyond me that they're not, or Torrey Holt even more so. Again, he doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, but he is, because again, guys like Joe Namath are too. Again, that's only just Super Bowl, blah, 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 blah. With all that said, I'm just going to stop airing my frustrations. With that, let's get to our first award.
And the 2023 AP Rookie of the Year is Family Ties, C.J. Stroud.
And for Offensive Player of the Year, of course, that did go to C.J. Stroud. I'm not going to say unanimously, but pretty much unanimously. And yes, I get the fact that people might want to say, C.J. Stroud. Like, again, he was so unbelievable. But, guys, you got to realize, a guy like Puka Nacua, he deserved to win this. Is just, I wouldn't say just as much, but very close to just as much. Of course, C.J. Stroud was the first quarterback in NFL history, minimum 15 touchdown passes, to lead the NFL in touchdown to interception ratio. That's probably his bigger number. Again, he did lead the NFL, I think, in yards per game, too. He did deserve to win Offensive Rookie of the Year for sure. Again, he won a playoff game for the Texans. Completely did a 180 for their franchise. Yes, again, he was well done. Again, but Puka Nacua also actually broken more records than CJ did. So, again, you might want to talk about that, too, to be honest. But obviously, Puka, he did get 2 votes. So at least there's someone who thinks he's deserving. And, yeah, he kind of got hosed because, again, if he was here last year, it wouldn't have been a contest. He would have completely shattered Garrett Wilson. Like, it wouldn't have been close who would have won it. But, of course, for the guy, just having, again, probably the best rookie quarterback ever, at least, again, probably, as a starter to come in the same year as he did, kind of unfortunate. But again, he was a 5th round pick. He's just gonna have to break some more records next year. And obviously, Sam Laporta, Jameer Gibbs, both rookies did get recognized for this, as well as Bijan Robinson. These were the finalists. Zay Flowers, Jaden Reed, and Rashid Rice, and all other impressive rookies, all were also considered for this award. Obviously, again, both these dudes, again, no one else obviously got a vote. Again, Bijan Robinson, Jameer Gibbs, both had over 1,000 total scrimmage yards. Sam Laporta was a revelation as a starting tight end. And he will definitely be my top 5 going into next year. I'll just spoil it right now. Obviously, Zay Flowers was the number 1 for the Ravens. Jaden Reed was a very key contributor, very versatile receiver for the Green Bay. And, of course, Rashid Rice emerges their number 1 receiver, of course, that being the Kansas City Chiefs. He'll also be playing in the Super Bowl. Oh, yeah, Super Bowl preview Sunday as well. So stay tuned for that. With all that said, though, let's get to our next award. I think it's Defensive Player of the Year. I don't really remember. You'll see.
Okay. The AP Defensive Player of the Year.
Go, girl.
Presented by TCL is Myles Garrett.
All right, I was right. And, of course, we look at Defensive Player of the Year. Many people are going to say that T.J. Watt should have gotten it. Before we talk about these two, again, Myles Garrett, of course, the guy who did win the... What the hell? Why does it do this? Like, I'm just going to be completely honest. It just goes completely sped on me. So, yeah. Let's go. There we go. All right. Looking at it, again, we look at the other guys who did recognize. Of course, Deron Bland. I mean, he probably should have gotten a vote. He did break the pick 6 record. But, again, after week 12, he really wasn't, like, really much of a superstar in that Cowboy defense. Again, he had some pretty decent weeks against like Miami, stuff like that. He was pretty good. But outside of that, again, you look at it, he got completely like just honestly, his campaign for Defensive Player of the Year was ended after he played that game in Seattle, because that's really the only thing I actually be completely honest holding him back. I mean, if he had another pick 6 or 2, yeah, he definitely would have won this. What is it called? Yeah, I'll be honest. Max Crosby, obviously one of the most consistent players in the NFL. He was, I think, 3rd in the league in pressure, 2nd pass rush win rate. Again, I wouldn't say he deserved to win it, but again, he had a fantastic year. I like that they at least considered him here. Again, didn't get any of the votes, but whatever. Michael Parsons got 7 votes. Again, he's a complete monster. I mean, I really don't know why I'd give him that many votes. Again, he was awesome, obviously. 14 sacks in the year. Had a lot of pressures, obviously, but again, I just, again, don't get a little inconsistent. Then obviously the other guys, Fred Warner, Antoine Hill Jr., Roquan Smith, what is called Dexter Lawrence, and he was actually, again, when we did my version of the NFL honors, he did get the best player of the year because I really just kind of like broke down what is called postseason film of him, and he was by far the best run defender in the NFL. It wasn't even close by any margin. He got off blocks faster than basically every edge rusher in the league, even the guys like Jadeveon Clowney who are known for stopping the run. And then obviously, yeah, he got a lot of pressure too. Just Madubuike, of course, with those 13 sacks as an IDL leading the league there, also got some appreciation. But obviously, the 2 guys everyone was talking about for this award, T.J. Watt, again, he already won one, so I'm being completely honest, I really didn't want to give him another one because, yeah, he was awesome. He had 19 sacks, which was, again, was 2nd highest of his career. But to be completely honest, he really wasn't that consistent. To be again, he was obviously awesome, crazy good. Playmaker, very, very versatile. But, again, there were some games he just wasn't there. Like, yeah. On the other hand, guys like Myles Garrett, he had 2 games the whole year, again, against the Broncos and against the Rams. The week 12, week 13, where he really wasn't in the game. Outside of that, he was wreaking havoc on every single team, whether it was against the run, what is called, or getting pressure on the quarterback. Yeah, I think he was like 6th in the league in pressures, yes, but his pass rush win rate was by far the best in the NFL this year. Again, on film, too, he was just a complete game record. It wasn't even close like that. You got to realize this is by far Myles Garrett's best year. Even if he didn't have his 3rd straight 16-sack season, he was the best defensive player in the NFL this year. So valuable for that Browns team. They wouldn't have won 10 games with, they probably would have won like 8 or 9 games if they didn't have him, guys. You just got to realize that about Myles Garrett. He's that good, and that's why he won this award. Again, many people think, oh, T.J. Watt, 19 more sacks. Sacks aren't everything, and they're a big part part of it, but they're not everything. You got to keep that in mind with this. Again, if TJ Watt had 23 sacks, I would definitely have given it to him. But guys, he didn't. So Myles Garrett gets this a nod. He was more valuable than TJ Watt, more consistent. That's all I got to say about this. Let's get to our next award. I really don't remember what it was. It might have been Offensive Player of the Year. We'll see.
3 AP Defensive Rookie of the Year is
Will Anderson Jr.
And Defensive Rookie of the Year, obviously, this was a little bit of a kind of not really. It was basically a toss-up. I mean, I like these votes. Obviously, though, we look at the guys who were also considered for this. How did Yaya Diaby get a freaking vote? That's nuts. He didn't do anything for the first, half of the season. Literally absolutely nothing. Yeah, against 7.5 sacks, he had a very good, pressure to pass rushing snap ratio. I get that a lot. It was crazy. I think it was, third best since they started tracking it in 2019. Something like that. Yeah, Diaby was really crazy like that the second half of the season. But he's not really that great of a run defender. And again, his skill set we saw again on film, he just wasn't that dominant. Joey Porter Jr., I kind of get it. Again, he had a pretty good passer rating against. But, I mean, let's be honest, guys. He still can't tackle. Jack Campbell, Byron Young, Kalijah Kancey. I mean, again, I like Byron Young, guys, but he slowed down a lot. Again, he's still very good in my opinion, though. Jack Campbell, Kalijah Kancey, I don't know why the heck are they on here. That's what I gotta say there. But I mean, kind of get it. Brian Branch obviously had a pretty good season. Again, he was the best guy in the corner for sure. Probably got DB to be completely honest, but. Obviously, he just didn't get a vote. Devon Witherspoon getting 4 votes is a little annoying because he was the biggest difference maker out of all these guys. I get the fact that, again, his coverage wasn't the most consistent this whole year. Again, and man, for sure. But, again, he still had a freaking insane rookie year. Arguably better than Sauce Gardner with all that, though. Obviously, the 3, D linemen all got most of the votes. Again, Will Anderson winning, it's not the biggest issue in the world. Again, if Jalen Carter won, it was, again, he really didn't have that great of a, let's say, the Eagles as a team the last couple weeks of the season. But outside of that, again, he was completely dominant. Kobe Turner was awesome, too, obviously. Again, he had a really big push to the end of the season. Led all rookies with 9 sacks. Again, he was great for the Rams. I really didn't expect him to be this good. Honestly, either him or Jalen Carter won, it wouldn't have been that big a deal. Of course, I did have Devon Witherspoon winning it. So, again, a little annoying he didn't get more votes. But whatever. I'm not mad with Kobe Turner, obviously. And then Will Anderson winning, again, it's not the end of the world, but guys, I think, just Devin Witherspoon, he was the best out of all of these guys. Getting 4 votes. Again, you probably don't recoil, and then when they kind of hose these Seattle players, I mean, that's what we'll see again. Maybe he'll just get first team All-Pro next year. I think he was this year, too. That's all I got for this, guys. Let's get to our next one.
Steven Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski, sorry. Yeah, got that one. It's like the Oscars or something. Yeah.
And our coach of the year, of course, was Kevin Stefanski. But again, before we talk about him, we talk about the other dudes. Okay, Sean McVay got a vote. I mean, I hope he did. Again, Shane Steichen, Mike Tomlin, they both could arguably return it again. Mike Tomlin didn't really do much, but again, he brought his team kicking and screaming to the playoffs. Matt LaFleur, Todd Bowles, Mike McDaniel, and Sean McDermott. I mean, they're on here. I wouldn't say they deserve to be, but they are on here. Matt LaFleur, he a really young team. It was pretty impressive what he did. But again, Kyle Shanahan getting 3 votes, guys. Again, when you have the best team in the NFL, unless your team is I don't know, this is tough. Because Kyle Shanahan, he had by far the most talented team in the league, and they still weren't the best team in the league, at least in the regular season. So, I don't know how Kyle Shanahan would have won this. John Harbaugh, again, he had the best team in the regular season, but again, guys, it was definitely a much better class in 2019. Dan Campbell was tied with Kyle Shanahan with 3 votes. In 3rd place, again, he obviously did something that no other Lions coach has really ever done since, of course, 1991. So great for him. And then obviously it was a very tight race between D'Amico Ryans and Kevin Stefanski. Obviously, you could make the argument for both of these dudes. I picked D'Amico Ryans because again, it was the Texans, and I mean the Texans suck. Again, it was again 1 point. That was 1 vote. That was the difference in this one. So not the end of the world, obviously. So there's really nothing I can completely complain about. Again, Kevin Stefanski. 5 quarterbacks he had starting. He still won 11 games. Again, playoffs, he completely fell off the rails. If they can somehow win more games next year, I mean, that would be awesome. But, again, they're kind of in a tough situation. But they do have a very good coach running the thing. Please don't end up like the Twins and fire him after 1 year. That is all I got for the AP Coach of the Year. I think it's, what is it, Comeback Player of the Year next? Well, let's see.
And the AP Offensive Player of the Year presented by Microsoft Surface is Christian McCaffrey.
My bad offensive player of the year, of course, which did go to CMC. Not too surprising there. The other guys that did get votes was Lamar Jackson, but again, we already know what he won. CeeDee Lamb, I mean, I guess he got a vote. He had a very, very impressive year. Again, you don't have 135 catches, 1,700 yards, and 12 touchdowns for nothing. Tyreek Hill, again, he was pushing for 2,000 yards and it kind of flamed out at the end of the year, but 1,800 yards is never easy for anybody. First receiver in NFL history, I think, ever to have back-to-back 1,700 yards years. Well, he is the best receiver in the league, at least at this point. CMC, though, obviously 39 first-place votes. Most touchdowns since, of course, the 31 record-breaking season from LT back in 2006. But yeah, CMC had 25 total touchdowns, 2,000 scrimmage yards, second time in his career. He is a beast, and he deserved this award. There's really no arguing it, though. Again, it was kind of a sweep. I wouldn't say complete sweep, but basically. So, yeah, good job, CMC. Let's get to our next one.
And the AP Comeback Player of the Year, presented by PG, is Joe Flacco.
And for Comeback Player of the Year, that did go to Joe Flacco. I really don't know how, though. That's my question. I really don't know how he won this thing. Because, yes, again, he came out of nowhere off his couch and brought the Browns to the playoffs. I get that, and that's all great. But, guys, DeMar Hamlin, like, come on. Like, that just doesn't happen. And the fact that it did happen, not only is that, again, a complete tragedy, but, guys, you got to give that to DeMar Hamlin. Like, you just have to. But, obviously, people said otherwise, so I don't know. I guess Joe Flacco won. Again, he would have been like my fourth or fifth option. I would have definitely had Baker over him because, again, Baker, well, everyone thought he sucked, so, yeah, that's nice. And obviously, Matt Stafford only getting one vote is pathetic. He snapped his neck last year, and, yeah, he had his best year, arguably, since, what was it? Even better than a Super Bowl year, to be completely honest. So, he carried the Rams for part of the year as well. Again, Matt Stafford wasn't as impressive as the stats might show, but, again, he was my third dude. Second one was obviously Baker Mayfield. Joe Flacco was my fourth dude. So I really don't know what people were thinking with this one, but that's beyond me, guys. Let's get to our last award before we can wrap this thing up.
23 AP Most Valuable Player presented by Invisalign is Lamar Jackson.
And your NFL AP MVP for 2023/2024 was Lamar. Of course, with 49 first-place votes, only Josh Allen, for whatever crazy, ludicrous reason, getting a vote. Lamar, again, basically almost unanimous, like back in 2019. He was the MVP this year, guys. Again, I get the fact, 24 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, blah, 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 blah. Second, first quarterback ever to have, what is called multiple seasons over 3,000 passing yards, 800 rushing yards. Guys, Lamar, he was the dude. Like, it was simple. He was the MVP. Again, I get the fact that, again, Dak Prescott, 30-69, whatever, blah, 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 blah. This wasn't even his best year. His best year was 2021. It was. It really was. And obviously, though, CMC, I mean, he like, kind of deserved it, but, like, he wasn't as good as Lamar was. And, yeah, Brock Purdy, I mean, team. So, and then, obviously, Josh Allen got that one vote. But outside of that, guys, yeah, Lamar won MVP. Like, it was that's what happened. So, obviously, again, best team in the league. We'll see if he doesn't choke in the playoffs next year. That's all I got for the 2024 NFL Honors Recap. Hope you guys enjoyed. Here was the Walter Payton Man of the Year. And yeah, see you on Sunday for the Super Bowl preview coming out at 9 a.m. Yep, see you then.
Please welcome the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year, Cam the Man Haywood.